So don't be like every other restaurant out there and do steak and potatoes. I feel like so many people do steak and potatoes and there's so many more options out there. And what I have here is Capellini Pasta Cakes. I invented them a long time ago, and I got tired of seeing the same old starches on all the plates. So this was my idea to do something different. And what I did was I took the idea of scalloped potatoes and I replaced the potatoes with this Capellini pasta, and I baked it in the oven. I let it cool overnight on a sheet tray, and then I cut it out into these shapes. I got circles here and I got rectangles over there. And what it'll do for you is it'll allow you to get a nice plate presentation. You know, you can dress it up by putting steak on top of it, chicken, fish, vegetables, whatever you want. It's a nice accompaniment in any dish, and you'll probably impress your guests too. All right, let's get started. I've got a 4-quart pot that I'm gonna fill 3/4 of the way with water. Turn my heat on high and get this water to a boil. Here is 1 pound of Capellini pasta. I'm seasoning my water with roughly a tablespoon of salt and a touch of oil. Once the water comes to a boil, put the Capellini pasta in and no breaking in half. None of that breaking in half stuff. We need the whole strands for a reason. So keep turning your pasta like this until it all gets submerged into the water. So after about 9 minutes or so, your pasta should be ready. It doesn't have to be al dente because we're baking it later. Drain your pasta in a colander and rinse with cold water. Now I'm cracking 4 eggs into a bowl that's large enough to handle 1 pound of pasta cooked. Whisk in with the eggs 2 cups of half and half and 3 cups of whole milk. Here I have 2 cups of shredded mozzarella plus 1 cup of Parmesan cheese. In order for it to taste flavorful, we really need 2 tablespoons of salt, but if you're salt conscious, 1 tablespoon will do. Half teaspoon of black pepper and 1 tablespoon of chopped thyme. Put your 1 pound of cooked Capellini pasta into your bowl with the liquid and mix well with your hands. Here I have 2 quarter sheet trays that I'm going to spray with olive oil really well. Make sure you get all up in the sides and everything. Now put your pasta evenly between the 2 trays. Make sure to spread your leftover liquid evenly between the 2 trays as well. So one thing I want to say is when you pour out your pasta and your liquid into the pan, make sure that you have enough liquid in the pan. You can almost not have too much liquid because you've got egg in there, you've got cheese in there, you've got the starch from the pasta. It's gonna cook, it's gonna come together in the same way a quiche is. Now it has less egg than a quiche would, but because it has all those other things, it's gonna definitely come together. So make sure your pasta is not too dry and you have plenty of liquid in there and you can see the liquid, and then when you put your hands down, the liquid comes up over your hands. All right. Okay, just like I explained, the liquid comes up through your fingers when you press it down. If you feel you don't have enough liquid, go ahead and add some more milk. With so much starch in the pasta and the eggs, it's gonna come together like I mentioned. Here's a great trick to not get foil on the top of your food when baking. Put a layer of parchment paper in between the food and the aluminum foil. This is a kitchen hack that avoids aluminum melting into your food. Preheat and bake your oven at 350 degrees. Now every oven's different, but these 2 trays took 40 minutes to fully cook. Take your trays out of the oven and uncover. There should be no loose liquid, all should be fully cooked. I'm gonna cool this down in my refrigerator overnight, or at least 5 hours at a minimum. Once it's cooled down, take it out of the refrigerator and put it back in your oven again at 350 degrees for 10 minutes. And this process is to loosen up the pasta so it'll pop out of your pan a lot easier. Now I'm going to run a paring knife around the edges to loosen it up before I turn it over. Flip over the pan pretty forcefully and bang on the top of the pan and pop out the Capellini. I've got my circle cookie cutters and I'm choosing a pretty big size here. Now cut through and twist so you cut all through that pasta clean. Additionally, I have a rectangle cutter and I'm repeating the same process, but you can do whatever shape you like. Here I have my kitchen staple, clarified butter, but if you don't have any prepared, you can certainly use olive oil. Have your heat set to medium-high or for any flat top 350 degrees in order to get a nice golden brown sear on each side. This is the color we're going for with each size. It shouldn't take more than 2 to 3 minutes per side. I'm repeating the same process with my rectangle shapes. For now, I'm just going to plate them up family style between the 2 plates. I'm shaving some Asiago cheese with my microplane on top, but you can use whatever Parmesan cheese you like. Next, I'm picking the stems off flat leaf parsley, about a quarter cup. And give it a rough chop, make sure it's not too fine, and garnish the top of each plate with your flat leaf parsley. None of that curly parsley for garnish. In my kitchens, cooks used to get made fun of for garnishing with curly parsley. And there you have it, Capellini cakes. Serve it with some chicken, pork, beef, or seafood, and you'll have something different. So hit that like button and please subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.